Welcome back to this Diablo 2 Let's Play. Your Sambo Seraphis, and joining us as always in our adventures through the evil-filled lands of Sanctuary is Tallahassee, aka Cassie Hack. How are you this fine evening?
Yeah, I'm alright. But I am noticing one thing.
Oh, what's that?
Where is your minion?
Yes, my minion. Would you believe that a Boy Scout club came along and stole him? And no, okay, I don't do a very good Max Smart impersonation, do I? Did you used to watch that show, by the way, Tallahassee? Good old Agent Smart.
Yes, I did.
What was the name of that woman?
Get Smart.
Yes. What was his sidekick and later on his wife in the show? I can't remember.
Agent 99.
Oh, Agent 99. How could I possibly forget that? You know what? Back in the day, I think she was a bit of a hottie. Just saying myself.
She was.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, if Tallahassee says she was, then there we go. It must be true. What was her name? Barbara Eden or something like? No, that was I Dream of G.
Yeah.
What was her name?
No.
Is that right?
I can't remember.
Yeah, no.
Folks, look it up.
Yeah, well, yeah, you have to look it up. That was a great show. In fact, is he dead now? Is he still? I'm pretty sure Don Adams was the actor that played.
Don Adams.
Yeah. Is he dead?
I'm really leaning towards saying yes.
Yeah, I've got a funny feeling he sadly passed away a few years ago as well. There you go, folks. And by the way, welcome to this episode as we get off topic right from the get-go, talking about Get Smart. If you know who we're talking about, let us know in the comments below if you used to watch that show as well. Classic comedy there. Anyhow, Tallahassee is absolutely right. You know, we've got to speak to this guy here, Greets, and I have to resurrect my minion here for 760 gold. Good lord, she better be worth it. Anyway, now where were we? Let's have a look in our log. If I hit Q, bring up our quest log here, folks. If you joined us in the last episode, of course, you'll know that we made our way here ever westward. No, wait a minute. I got that completely wrong.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're going backwards, folks. That's right, we're running away from the minions of hell. Forever westward, ho we go. You know what, if I had anything to do with it, we probably would do that. It's eastward, of course.
You sure are French.
Yeah, that's right, I am. So we've come, of course, all the way from the rogue encampment, all the way here to Lut Gholein, which, by the way, you guys still haven't seen out into the desert, which surrounds this outpost here, and you will in future episodes. I promise you that. But in the meantime, we're on this quest here, the first quest in Act 2. Please go and watch the previous episode if you haven't, so you can get all caught up with the story. There's a great cutscene in last week's episode, which, as Tallahassee did mention last week, is full of all sorts of great tidbits of lore. But we are here. We have to go and do this quest called Radament's Lair. And the objective here is to find Radament's Lair in the Lut Gholein sewers. Now, you'll notice that there's a couple of things here. Firstly, Tallahassee is absolutely right because he's positioned himself next to the waypoint. And again, in our last week's episode, we did actually sort of dip our toes into the sewers below this city, and we opened up a waypoint there. And in fact, if I click on this, you'll see, there we go, sewers level 2. Now, if this is new to you and you're just starting, what you can do, if you haven't already got that waypoint, by the way, is just up here near our hireling's hirer, or whatever you call them, our hireling vendor, I guess. You can see we've got something here called the trap door. That is normally the way you would go in for this quest, and she does tell you that. The quest giver says to go down the trap door. It's the best way to go in. You can also enter the sewers from the waterfront, and we showed you that in the last episode as well. But for now, Tallahassee is absolutely right because we already picked up the waypoint in the last episode. We can go to the sewers level 2. He's off. We're following, and this is it. Once again, the quest is to find Radament's Lair. Now, I'm guessing, Tallahassee, that it's down a number of levels. That it's just, you know, we're on level 2 already here. So we've already cut out, you know, a big chunk of having to get down here. Of course, folks, every time you come in, there are going to be new monsters. Because that's the way Diablo 2 works. You spawn afresh whenever you leave, basically, or whenever you start a new game. And the other thing, Tallahassee mentions this all the time. In fact, you can tell us, what's the other thing that happens to these dungeons every time you start a new game?
They reset and become random.
They do, and I just tried to run away, and hopefully it's got that on film, because I did try to run away and I got internet lag. Can you believe it, folks? I got lagged out there and could not make my way back. It froze up, and that cost me a billion, trillion, million gold. Unfortunately, well, maybe not quite that much, but anyway, cost me a whole bunch of gold, and that was most unfortunate. Damn it. Alright, I'm making my way back to the waypoint. I'm coming, but I'm a lot poorer than when you saw me last. That's really annoying. I don't like that, not one bit. Now, where's my body? There it is. Sambo NZ's corpse, there we go, and now I'm a poor, poor man. Wow, and I lost a whole bunch of potions as well. Oh. Now I'm just going to set up my belt again. There we go, we'll drop a mana pot there as well. Alright, now, from memory, the long, fading, distant memories of playing this in the past, Tallahassee, you don't happen to remember what level our foe, our quest objective is on by chance, do you?
No.
I honestly can't remember how many levels there actually are in the sewers below Lut Gholein, which is, of course, exactly where we are right now. But this is okay, we're getting gold, making up for my death. I don't mind that one bit. In fact, look at that, there's a whole stack. Now, just to remind you guys, no, I'm not being greedy. As we got informed by one of our viewers, all gold is actually shared amongst the party. And by the way, what you guys don't see before we start filming is that Tallahassee throws me an invite, and all I need to do is I hit the P, there we go, the P button, and I have a little accept button up there, and I do that, and you can see here, Cassie Hack in your party. What that also does, Tallahassee, is it affects the monsters, is that right?
It makes them stronger.
That's right. In fact, when you do this, folks, you'll get a message that comes up across the screen that says something like the monsters in the world of Sanctuary grow stronger, or something similar to that effect anyhow. Now, you'll also notice another thing too. I have two weapon sets. If we bring up my inventory, you can see I've got 1 and 2. And what's important to remember, I keep forgetting to tell you guys this. Of course, you can hit W. There you go. You can see I'm swapping out just by hitting the W key there. But what also happens is that your currently equipped spell changes with your weapon set. So you'll notice here, if I've got my two-handed staff selected, I've got Firebolt as the weapon set for that particular set of weapons. And if instead I go to my second weapon set, which as you can see is a wand and a shield, then I get the fireball come up. So again, as I hit W, you'll see that switches out. So don't forget that you can actually save a spell with your weapon set. If you've got a complementary spell with a particular set of weapons that you're using, you can actually get it to remember that in the set. It's very handy indeed. Alright, so I guess, Tallahassee, what we're doing at the moment, apart from avoiding getting killed again, is searching for Radament's lair. And of course, I'm guessing that means our journey goes downwards. So you'll be looking for... Oh, have you found it? Is this an entrance, an exit?
No, that's a dead end.
Oh, bugger, it's a dead end. Alright, so what we're of course looking for is an entrance to the sewers level... Whoa! Oh my god! Run, run, run! To the sewers level 3, because you can see up the top right there, we are already level 2. So of course we want to get down to level 3. Wow, we're tearing our way through these guys, aren't we?
Yep, because they're all in one great big bunch.
Yeah, that's poor tactics on their behalf.
That's a dead end as well.
Another dead end. Alright, back we go. Now, I know we touched on this in the last episode, but is Radament's lair where we find what I call Jabba the Hutt, that big, huge slug of a boss? Am I thinking of the right place? No? Is that under the palace, is it?
Yeah, he's the final boss of the act, isn't he?
Yeah, okay, I think so. Now, we've talked about this in previous episodes, and I noticed a lot of you guys are mentioning it in the comments as well. There's a chest with nothing in it. That, that we believe that the game has been nerfed because it seems to be way easier than we remember it. Now, I do believe that a good test of that theory will be when we actually do come across this final boss, because as I said in the last episode, folks, he is something that, oh, there we go, Sir's level 3, well done, Tallahassee, in we go. He was exceptionally hard. I'm sure you guys watching this now will agree that the final boss of this act is nightmare difficulty compared to the rest. So if he goes over and basically we get to breathe on him and he falls down, then that to me tells me that absolutely this game has got easier as the patches go on by, which would be a real shame. Real shame. Look, corpse has gold, and we shall take that. Alright, so yes, we're searching for Radament's Lair. Just going to clear this area, make sure that it is a dead end, and yes it is. Alright, so it looks like we are indeed heading forever eastwards, by the way, even in the dungeons.
Yeah. Are we heading ever eastward?
Well, this way seems to be east. I don't know, there's mobs here, but I don't know, got myself a ring. Let's have a bit of an identify of that. See what it is. Plus 51 to attack rating. Is that any use to you?
Not really, but there's a jewel here.
Oh, and what is it?
Minus 16% to requirements.
Whoa! Okay,
and
so
plus 14 to attack.
You need to equip that. That's fantastic. Would you care to explain? Oh, I think I found a bit of a nook and cranny through here. Oh, would you mind coming this way? Because I think I found friends. Whoopsie!
Yeah, I found friends as well.
Oh, okay. I'm going to come to you because I think I'm okay. They may follow me. Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, no, I think we definitely need to go back up that way. Oh, a rune! I got a tier rune. There we go. Now, folks...
Tier rune.
Yep, a tier rune. Oh, I think they're the same mobs, by the way. That's the same place that I was. I just came at it from a different angle. Now, guys, if you are not an old school Diablo 2 player, and you're thinking, what the heck is a rune? Then what I suggest you do is run! What I suggest you do is go to the Diablo 2 wiki, and on that page online is a fantastic explanation of what the runes do, what their purpose in the game is, of course, and some of the recipes that you can use in order to make things with your runes. And not only that, but run! Not only that, but it also lists the rarity of the runes as well, because of course there are some runes in this game that are so rare it is unbelievable.
Looking at you, Zod rune.
Yeah, is that what you got?
No.
Yeah, the Zod rune. I think that's a 1 in 38,000 chance or something. We were on it the other day, Tallahassee, and we did note that you can actually craft one of those runes. But wasn't it something that required something in the order of so many trillion components? I think that's right. It wasn't billion, it was trillion, wasn't it?
No, it was billion.
Oh, it was billion.
But I think it was like... Yeah, I think it was a few million. Are you coming at all?
Yeah.
Use a hand.
Keep freezing up. Whoa! Oh my lord. Tallahassee.
Thanks, buddy.
Tallahassee has friends. No problem.
Don't you know I have heaps of friends on Facebook?
We all know how much you dearly love the old social networkings.
So much so that I deleted it.
Yeah, that's right. You won't find Tallahassee on Facebook because he does not exist. You know what? I half mind to do the same thing. I think you're a lot safer security-wise not being on there. That's just me. I actually had an incident happen to me, by the way, Tallahassee, to make you laugh, because I know that you are always very dubious of social networks and security. I actually had my Twitter hacked throughout the week. In fact, if you guys do follow me on Twitter, you'll have seen a number of unsavory tweets coming from my account. I can tell you right now, that was not me. I woke up to those, and I still have absolutely no idea how someone managed to basically get in there and do it. Oh, my quest log has popped. I think we have found Radament's Lair. I need to heal. Oh my god. Okay, I'm looking at the quest log and it says kill Radament. We must be close.
Don't look at the quest log. Just kill everything.
Yeah, I'm
Jesus
killing.
Christ.
I had to run away and heal. And there he is. That's him, Radament. Yeah, let's go to town on him. Alright, he is definitely taking a lot more of a beating than the other bosses that we fought. And he is down. Alright, congratulations. And we've got a sparkling chest over there. And look at this, we've got pyro effects going off left, right and centre. Oh my lord.
I have no more health pots.
We'll fix that in a minute. There we go. Let's open this chest up and see what happens. And look at that, folks. Look at that. We've got a Horadric scroll times 2. That's one each. One for Tallahassee, one for me. We've got a book of skill times 2. One each as well. And we'll explain that in just a minute.
I can't carry it.
Except I'm overburdened, of course. I'm overburdened. Let's drop all this rubbish. There we go. Let's have a look at the quest log. Return to Atma for a reward. And I have to identify this belt as well. Attacker takes damage of 1. Let's have a look here. Defense 3, defense 5. Ooh. I'll give that to you, I think. That's a pretty nice one. I've got my rune here. And where are we? Book of skill. There we go. Oh, there's all sorts of stuff. And there's gold. Have you already cleaned up all the gold? You have. So it's a nice booty.
I have.
Before we go any further, and yes, I'll give you some... Oh, actually, I'm low on pots as well. I'll drop you a couple. 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got exactly
That's
half...
I'll go buy some.
It's all right. You've got half of my pots. Take them. They're yours. Now, before we check out some of these goodies that we've looted here, what is your opinion on the difficulty of that boss? Because, again, the memories I have are filled of nightmares for Radament. That was a lot easier than I remember, but I could be dreaming. What do you think?
I think he was about on par.
Okay, he definitely wasn't an easy... I mean, he didn't drop like a fly, did he?
No, he definitely didn't do that, but it definitely didn't seem as hard as I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Alright, boots. We've got a Morning Star of Worth. What is that? That is a mace class. Alright, so I don't think you'll want that, so I'll probably sell that one. I'm just going to pick up some stuff here to take back and sell for some money, seeing I keep losing mine. We've got the mace. No, it's not going to fit. What do we got there? Crossbow, crystal sword. That's not going to fit. Rejuvenation potion. We'll take that. Because in fact I do need that. There we go. And that's about all I can take, I think. The rest is yours, my friend. Now, before we go any further, you'll notice, folks, that we've got a couple of nice items in here. And Tallahassee, I'm guessing you're going to have the same. Firstly, we've got a book of skill. And it's pretty self-explanatory. You can see there you need to right-click to learn the skill of your choice. So correct me if I'm wrong, my friend, but basically this is a free skill point, I think, for the skill tree. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, let's click on it and see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Here we go. Right-click. There we go. And let's bring up our T tree. And yes, look at that. I've got myself a point. Fantastic. Alright, so I am, of course, going to put that into... No, I can't put it in there. Why not? Requires... Okay, why can I not level up my fireball anymore? It's all red. Oh, required level 18. That would be why I'm not 18 yet. Now, in situations like this, what do you generally do, Tallahassee? Do you just save the point until you are 18 if it's a level of skill that you do want to level up? Or do you pop it into something else? What do you do?
Pop it into something else.
Alright, we shall do that. Let's have a look here. What have I got? Recovers the rate at which you recover mana. Now, I'm trying to remember, is that an actual skill or... Hang on, let's have a look. Alright, no, so it looks like it's a passive. So I might actually take that. There we go. And that's always very good. Alright, the other thing I think that we need to do is have a look in our inventory here. And, oh, you've got a scroll of Town Portal. Thanks for that. We've got a Horadric scroll. Now, how good's your memory? Would you be able to explain what this is?
Not for the life of me.
Damn it, because neither can I. I don't know whether to right-click on it or not. What do you think? Should I give it a crack?
Nothing happens if you right-click on it.
Oh. Alright, maybe it's part of the quest. Hang on, let's have a look at the quest log. I hope beyond hope that we didn't
I think we need to go talk to Deckard Cain.
Yeah, Deckard Cain and also Atma. So let's take up...
Since it says that in the quest log.
Does it? No, mine just says return to Atma for a reward. That's all it says.
Yep, if you click on the next one over,
look at this.
Active.
Oh, look at that. Tallahassee is right as always. It's actually quest 2 in Act 2 there, which is the Horadric Staff. Oh, I remember this quest. It's all flooding back to me now. Show the scroll to Cain in Lut Gholein. There you go. All right, let's go through this. In we go. We're in Lut Gholein. Let's go to the square and find...
I was going to say, first go talk to Atma.
Yeah, where is she? There she is.
She's outside.
There we go.
They say that the taste of vengeance is bittersweet, but I find it to my liking. In addition to my undying gratitude, I have spoken on your behalf with the rest of the townspeople. The merchants have agreed to show their gratitude by offering their wares and services at lower rates. Oh, Jaren wants to see you too. You'll find him in front of the palace.
Alright, so that's two very important things there that have come up, and in case you couldn't hear that or couldn't read it on the text, guys, what it is we've got one. The prices in the town now are actually cheaper. So when we talk to Farah and other merchants around the town, the items are actually going to be a little bit cheaper. So that's always good. And number 2, of course, you might remember in the last episode, we couldn't speak to Jaren because he was out inside the palace, and now he'll be out the front if we go over and talk to him. Let's have a look at the quest log though, and you can see it says quest completed, and there you go, in a fiery blaze it goes away. Alright, the next thing we need to do is speak to Deckard Cain, and that's to do with our other quest here. Again, here we are, the Horadric Staff. Show the scroll to Cain. Let's do that and see what he's got to say.
Ah, the lost Horadric Scroll. What a fortunate turn of events. As the last living Horadrim, I alone have knowledge of its meaning. Now, to read the Horadric runes it bears. The Horadric mages, after binding Bale within Tal Rasha, magically sealed off his burial chamber from the mortal realm. Those same mages also crafted fearsome Horadric staves, and imbued them with the special power to open the chamber's hidden door. After nearly losing one to the thievery of a rogue sorcerer, they divided all the Horadric staves into 2 parts, wooden shaft and metal headpiece, hiding them separately to safeguard them. The Horadrim foresaw our current plight and designed the hiding places to reveal themselves to worthy heroes like you. Collect both parts of a Horadric Staff and unite them using a Horadric Cube. Then you may enter Tal Rasha's burial chamber.
And there you go, folks. So a number of things there. Firstly, of course, that story there relates back to the cutscene in last week's episode. So at the very least, you should go back to last week's episode and view that cutscene, and it will show you about the nightmares that have been sealed up that Deckard Cain was talking about there. And of course, this opens up the whole Horadric Cube mechanic in the game. And if you're a veteran of Diablo 2, of course, you know what that is all about. But saw it there. We have to actually find, what is it, the headpiece and the staff, Tallahassee, the 2 separate pieces. Is that right?
Yep, the headpiece and the staff.
Yep, and of course that means that we're going to be able to open up the sealed chamber. And that chamber that he was talking about, is that where the main boss is? I think that I was speaking of when we were down in the sewers. That's where that big slug is, isn't it?
Pretty certain it is.
Yeah.
If it's not him, we don't fight Bale in this, do we?
No.
No, we don't.
No.
So it's not going to be him.
Okay, maybe not. Let's firstly trade up and repair. There we go. Going to get rid of these. But yes, folks.
Should we go speak to that guy?
Yeah, we'll definitely go speak to that guy. Just need to go to my stash and deposit all my monies. $6,000. There we go. Or rather gold pieces. I made up for my death just. But yes, of course, what this means is that we will end up, folks, with a Horadric Cube, and we'll explain all that in a upcoming episode. But the Horadric Cube is a big part of the game. Would you say it's the equivalent of crafting, I guess, in the game? Is that a good way of describing it, Tallahassee?
Yeah, I guess that's a way of describing it.
I mean, it's so unique, isn't it? It's such a crazy thing, and we won't bother trying to go through it now because it'll make absolutely no sense. But anyway, just know, folks, that is something that we very much want, and we're obviously going to be led towards that through our natural questing. All right, so let's go to the palace now, shall we? Before we wrap up and see if Jeren's there. Because, of course, last time he was locked up inside the castle, we weren't allowed to get in there because the guards weren't letting us in. Aha!
You shall not pass.
You shall not pass. Here we go.
I am Jeren, Lord of Lut Gholein, and I bid you welcome to my fair port city. I'm glad to know that once again, caravans are free to travel through the Western Pass. For some time now, we have been under siege by an evil power that I cannot identify. Strange, it all began when a dark wanderer came this way, looking for the tomb of Tal Rasha. No one knows exactly where Tal Rasha, keeper of Baal, is entombed, but it is certain to be far out in the desert. Now my people whisper tales of the dead rising from their tombs, and horrible creatures lurking amongst the moonlit dunes. Even I have witnessed things which I cannot explain. I've ordered the port closed and all trade ships moored until I am sure that my city is safe. Atma, the tavern keeper, has an important mission for you. Go see her immediately. You'll find her on the other side of town. Now I must return to the palace. I apologize, but I can't invite you in. Things are rather a mess right now. I feel I can trust you with something I have been hesitant to speak of. Drognin and I have concluded that the Dark Wanderer who passed through here recently was Diablo himself. Drognin believes that Diablo is searching the desert for the secret tomb where the great Horadric mage, Tal Rasha, keeps Baal imprisoned. You must find Diablo and put an end to the terrible evil that has fallen upon our city. Drognin is wise and is sure to have some helpful advice for you as to how Tal Rasha's tomb may be found. It may take you quite some time to find the tomb. May you be ready when you do.
Alright, so there we go. A lot of information in there, folks. You may want to watch that a couple of times. Obviously, Tallahassee, big references to the Dark Wanderer there, and of course an explanation as to why the port is closed. You may remember in the last episode we went out the front down to the docks, and the dockmaster there was saying that he was unable to actually ship anyone in or out, and that is why. And of course the other thing is that it makes a reference to the desert. So there you go, folks. You know that we're going to be heading out to the desert probably in the next episode, and that's going to be lots of fun because of course that is again a completely new environment for us, and the desert is very large, and I've got myself lost out there many a time, as I'm sure you have as well, Tallahassee. But of course we're going to be searching for that tomb. If we have a look at our quest log, there we go, the 7 tombs, and we've got one big quest which is to find Tal Rasha's tomb, and of course that is the 6th quest in the second act. Before we sign off, my friend, let's go have a chat to Atma, because of course that's where we've been told to go, and I'd say that she'll be giving us details for the quest we have for the next episode. With a bit of luck, there she is.
Good day. They say that the taste of vengeance is bittersweet, but
Oh, we've already heard that. Radament's Lair, the 7 tombs. Let's see what she has to say about that.
I've heard legends of the tomb of Tal Rasha, but I
Oh, so we've already heard this as well. Why did he tell us to go speak to her? Is that just perhaps something that's scripted and the game doesn't know we've already spoken to her?
Probably scripted.
Oh, well, there you go. That's it. That's what we have to do. And next time is the Horadric Staff. There you go. Search the halls of the dead under the dry hills for the cube. Search the maggot lair under the far oasis for the shaft. And search the claw viper temple for the headpiece. And again, if you've played Diablo 2 before, I guarantee that this will bring back many memories for you. The cube, the shaft, and the headpiece. And of course the other thing that it reminds me of, in fact, what do you think, Tallahassee? Is there a particular movie that this area and this task reminds you of by chance?
Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
There you go, that's the one. Or, actually, now don't answer this one. Here's, before we head out, here's a final opportunity for you guys watching from home to gain 10 internet points. Tallahassee is absolutely right. We're talking about Indiana Jones, we're talking about the staff, the head part of it. We're talking about deserts, we're talking about sand, we're talking about old things and keys to tombs. In the World of Warcraft, there is a particular instance which has a very similar theme as well. For 10 internet points, name that instance. In Tallahassee, you're not allowed to enter because I'm sure you'll know.
There's an entire quest line that has a very similar theme.
There is too. There is too. You're absolutely right. But
Actually, there too.
Yeah, well, especially when you get inside the instance that shall not be named. Of course, you go through this very, very familiar process, and I'm sure if any of you guys there are old school WoW players, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. So let us know. There you go. There's your challenge for this week. Anyhow, in the meantime, folks, that's it from us. Please do join us next week when we head out into the desert to look for these 3 objects. And I'd say that it's going to take more than 1 episode to do that, but it is a heck of a lot of fun. And if you've played before, lots and lots of great memories are going to start coming back to you, I am sure. Anyhow, on behalf of myself, Sambo, and of course the wonderful Cassie Hack, aka Tallahassee, start saying take care. Certainly hope you're having a great day wherever in the world you are. We do look forward to seeing you next time. We will see you then, and bye-bye.